Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Velas here at York Hall, joined by Aqib Fiaz. Aqib, we've just seen one of the best British title performances in recent years from Mark Leach. That was seriously good, wasn't it?
Yeah, impressive, very impressive, wasn't it? But we know how good Mark is. We see it all the time in the gym, and I think tonight was his chance, wasn't it? Opportunity to finally get that British title. I know he's had about 150 eliminators, so it's about time the world gets to see how good Mark Leach really is. Yeah.
He's just so elusive. Like, it just looks like it looks like you can have 10 arms and you're still not going to hit him. It's the head movement, it's the footwork, and that defensively he is so good at it.
Yeah, he's amazing to watch if you love your boxing. And you know what? He's heavy-handed as well. That's why Chris Boak today, saw a few problems getting in, and he couldn't get in as easy as he thought. And on the outside, it looks pretty easy. Just put it on Mark, but as soon as you get in there, you can't hit him, and he's heavy-handed, and it's just not a good combination, really.
Do you think that kind of gets missed because people see his boxing skills and, like, I wouldn't call Mark a heavy-handed fighter because you just see his boxing skills and think that's what he's good at, but do you think that can kind of get missed out? Yeah. In a way?
100% it does get missed out. I know because I've been in there, I watched Mark and thought, if you just put pressure on him, it would be fairly easy. I pressured him and he went boom, boom, and he was like, where's that come from? Because he's only really small, isn't he? But yeah, he carries a lot of power and it makes it a lot harder to walk him down.
And you said people are going to know about Mark Leach. Well deserved. I remember the first time I saw him properly was against Aqib. I haven't seen that one. It was against Case Ashfaq, and that was the first time when I was like, shit, he's a serious fighter, and I don't know, maybe it's about time he goes more mainstream because he is that good. Yeah,
no, he's amazing to watch. For the purists anyway, they love watching that sort of style. I do. I enjoy watching Mark. He's like one of the fighters that I like. Stay in the gym to watch him train, and he's really good. And I feel like now he's been waiting for a long time really for this shot. He's got it now, and now is like time for him to capitalise and make good money for his family. He's got a young family as well, so and do good things like he really wants to in the sport, and I believe he can do. Yeah.
Well, that's not, I don't know whose phone that is. Anyway, one thing, when the scorecards were read out, was you twitching?
Slightly, yeah. You just never know, do you? When we see in his hometown against the hometown kid. But thank God it went well. So we're happy, alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, not this time. But I do, because I don't think we've spoken about it personally to you on IFL. I do just want to take it back to Glasgow and sort of, I know there's been loads of fallout with the board, and now there's a police investigation, and God knows what the sort of end game is going to be with this. But just a word on what we saw in Glasgow a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
it was heartbreaking, wasn't it? We're still not really over it, but obviously, as you see as a team, like even Jack was in the gym the other day, and all we was doing was focusing on G and Mark up, and focusing on that. But it's heartbreaking, to see Jack, because like Mark's waited a long time, Jack's waited 3-4 years, and obviously his whole career he's worked towards that moment to hear and the new there in Scotland against all the Scottish fans. It should have been his really, and it was wrong. The judging was definitely wrong, and see, obviously there's a lot going on now with the board and a few different things with the police and all that. Hopefully the right thing does happen, and hopefully Jack is made mandatory for all the belts and does get that moment again. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be at this stage sort of the only right thing to happen. Just from your perspective, obviously you're not there yet, but when you do get there, is it kind of one of the things in the back of your head makes you think, why would you bother being a boxer? Because it's generally all that hard work for something that is deservedly yours to just be taken away.
Yeah. No, you're right. You can think like that, but I don't like to think of things like that. I like to be a bit positive, and obviously God is the best planner anyway. So what's going to happen is going to happen, and what's meant to be is meant to be. And I spoke to Jack a few times and said, God has a bigger plan. I know it's hard to see. It's very, very hard to see. I can't imagine what he went through because I was heartbroken for him. But inshallah, there's definitely something in the works for him, something bigger, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you for the last question on this. I don't want you to speak through Jack, obviously he can say his own thing, but from what conversations you've had with him since then, sort of, how's he been just in general? Because I can imagine it's one of them where he's just had like a constant sad face for about 2 weeks, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, he's been pretty positive now. He's seen that the border, moving in the right direction, and hopefully, I think you've got to be positive. He was in the gym this week training. Obviously, he was a bit deflated. You could see he wasn't really. It's so hard for him. Honestly, we were heartbroken. We still are. Jack's really close to me. Me and him we live close by the gym, so me and him are in pretty much every day, really. And I look up to Jack a lot. So watching him go through that process, broke my heart. So I cannot imagine what he felt like. But you know, I remember in the changing room, he was in tears, in bits. It's just hard, and can't even imagine what he went through. But hopefully, like I say, inshallah, there's bigger things for him.
Yeah, the board are speaking to the governing bodies, and fingers crossed Jack can get the shot he deserves. Yeah. Right, finally, yourself. Was it like fight camp in August, wasn't it? Or something? Yeah. Are you still a professional boxer?
Yeah, so no, I am, yeah. I was scheduled in to fight in September. Yeah. So I fought in August in Eddie's Garden, and then in September, and I was getting December, I was scheduled in as well. But I had a lot on last year, you know, my mum passed, and then my best friend after a couple of days, so, and then I had a hand operation as well on top of that, and just been kicked in the nuts a few times, so, but I'm back, my first spar this week I had, yeah, so I'm just glad to get hit again, and hopefully Ramadan's coming up. So Eddie's doing a show in Manchester in the middle of Ramadan, which I'm gutted about, because, you know, obviously the biggest and brightest prospect in Manchester, not on the Manchester show, is not a good thing. But yeah, no, I should be back hopefully straight after Ramadan. I'm training, so can't wait to be back out. Yeah.
You talk about last year just being sort of a hard year. Is it one of them where you want to get some fights underway and just sort of put everything that happened last year out of vision to the back of your mind and sort of continue your career?
Yeah, I don't even want to talk too much about what happened last year and stuff, but it was hard. But like you say, you know, you have to have faith, and I do have a lot of faith in God and Allah that something better is coming. So inshallah, this year is going to be a big one. Yeah.